Good afternoon, card community. It is RJ. Time for the Sunday trivia recap. Hooray! Loud cheers, applause, mass hysteria, rioting in the streets, people putting up their Christmas tree decorations and blowing up the neighbors because the neighbors were just too damn good. And still, we have time for some great trivia prizes and trivia questions to share on our favorite topic, baseball. So let's get to it. All right. Had some great trivia questions last week. We will not be doing more trivia and prizes next week. Remember, I am taking the month of December off. I'm on today simply to do the recap, but then I'm going silent until January 1. So bear that in mind. All right. Monday's question. Monday's question was name for me any state that does not claim to be the birthplace of a Baseball Hall of Famer. There were 10 of such states. So, of the 50 states, 40 of them claim to have been a state in which one of the members of the Hall of Fame was born. 10 do not lay claim to that feat. Those 10 are Alaska, Arizona, Hawaii, Maine, Montana, Nevada, North Dakota, Oregon, Utah, and Wyoming. For those keeping track at home, that stat did come direct from the Hall of Fame website, so if there's an error in that, blame them. The prize you are playing for is this awesome Fleer update from 1989, the Mike Schmidt retirement card. There's U131 in that set. That is what you are playing for. The individuals up on the screen here were kind enough to throw out a guess. Mostly, all regulars. Nobody new. I shan't be shouting out too many people. You're up on the screen. I am sending out Christmas cards soon, so keep an eye out for those. So here we go. We will shuffle once and spin. You must hit 3 times on my channel to win. I do that to allow more people a chance at victory and to draw out the suspense a little since so few people join my contests. We have 12 on the screen here, so let's get to it. Good luck to everybody. So yes, I am taking the month off. Got a lot of vacation time, a lot of things to do, and the way I film my videos is I film them Saturday mornings. I pre-film all my videos for the week on Saturday morning. Typically, I'm up early on Sunday morning to do that as well, to film the trivia recap. But today is, since I'm winding down, I have a little bit more time, and I had time to sleep in and then do a little morning errands with the family. And now I come back home and I'm relaxing and I can do my video and sign off in style. So that is what I'm doing. I'm going to be out of country for a while. My son who lives at the house, he has a job where he cannot get away, so he'll be manning the house for us. Plus, we have a dog sitter coming by regularly to watch the dogs. But I will be incognito. So, Barry, congrats to you. Barry, you're going to get this great Mike Schmidt 1989 Fleer card. Wednesday's question. We had a few less people entering on Wednesday. Wednesday's question. There are, this is also according to the Hall of Fame website. I looked this up. There are 342 current members of the Hall of Fame. That means plaques on the wall in the Hall of Fame gallery. There are 342. They have been elected over the years from a number of different ways. Typically, the Baseball Writers Association of America, that's what we all know when we say this person got elected to the Hall of Fame through that process. You have to get named on 75% of the ballot. There have been several different variations of veterans committees or special committees over the years, a whole number of them, such that the actual number of Hall of Famers elected, 342 of them, less than half were actually elected by the Baseball Writers Association of America. Specifically, how many were elected by that process? The correct answer, and again, this is from the Baseball Hall of Fame website itself, 136 were elected by that process, 136 by the writers. All the rest were veterans or special committees of some form. Uh, that represents about 40%, 39.7 and change. So about 40% of the players in the Hall of Fame were actually elected by the normal process. So if you wish to complain, it's likely that some of those 60% of the other people are the ones you're going to complain about. Anyway, that was the answer. Again, the people on the screen were kind enough to throw out a guess. What you're playing for there is this awesome Yordan Alvarez Bowman Platinum card from last year. This is the 2002 Bowman Platinum. It's still 2023, people. When I say last year, I mean last year, not last season. So this is the prize. Again, the people on the screen were kind enough to throw out a guess. So we're down to 8, but we're down to 7 because Barry just won. Barry, you cannot win but once a week on my channel. We will shuffle once again and spin. Good luck to everybody on this one. I actually did pick up a really cool item this week. I actually found this on Facebook Marketplace. It's right up my alley because it's Phillies related. And it's just a really cool image. I started, I'll have to show off something else in a second, but I got a really cool card and I got it graded and it came back a 10. And because it came back a 10, it's a really cool card about the Phillies. It made me want to start collecting awesome visual cards surrounding Phillies players, Phillies events, something Phillies related. Picking up that card originally made me want to start getting more cool Phillies cards, and this one was on Facebook Marketplace for a really inexpensive price, and it was simply a really, really, really beautiful card or card item, and it also happened to have an autograph on it. I will show that as soon as this one ends. Oop, boom, Lisa. All right, so Lisa Z. Congrats to Lisa. Lisa, you're going to get one of your favorite things, a shiny card, Yordan Alvarez. I'm going to take a moment to show off that card I was talking about. A really cool card. This is a postcard. 1978. Tug McGraw, crazy, wacky relief pitcher for the Phillies. And the Mets before that, sitting on top of the bullpen cart, that golf cart that looks like a baseball with a little cap on it. He's sitting on top of that, and surrounding him are these mascot creatures. And I was like, they're who? So let's flip it over. Awesome Tug McGraw autograph. Really, really cool. Dated April 1986. Copyright Tug McGraw Productions, 1978. And it says here, Tug McGraw and his pals, Royce Rawls, Scroogey, Chico, and Tyrone Thomas of the comic strip Pets all agree that you gotta believe. So I'm not familiar with the comic strip Pets. Maybe some of you are, but apparently these are mascots that were created for some comic strip, and they appeared at Veterans Stadium one day, and Tug posed for this awesome photo, and they made it into a postcard, and I have it in my collection, and it was signed by Tug McGraw. This is a fantastic piece I picked up. I got this for $5, people. This is a $5 item, and it is just so beautiful. I probably will get that graded just because I want to have it graded, you know. And the other thing I got graded, actually, I can't get access to it real quick, but it was the first one I got graded that made me do this was I got this past year, 2023 Topps, the rainbow foil Phillies card where it shows them all posing after having just won the pennant. And it's we got it graded and pulled out a PSA 10 for that rainbow foil. So that's what made me want to start getting more Phillies things. Anyway, just wanted to show off that awesome Tug McGraw card because it is a beauty. It really is. I'm very happy with that card. So Friday's question, just a couple days ago, the question was, baseball players, when they are elected to the Hall of Fame, are typically elected as having been members of a certain position. So in other words, you know, obviously a pitcher is elected as a pitcher, but sometimes they're elected as a starter or a relief pitcher. It does distinguish between them. Um, and then players are, this person was the Hall of Fame first baseman, third baseman, shortstop, outfielder, but not just outfielder, right fielder, left fielder, center fielder. They're given a position. So I said of the main positions 1 through 9, I discounted designated hitter and I didn't count executives or anything other than a player. I said what position out of all the 1 through 9 positions was the last one elected to the Hall of Fame? What position? And I said when that position was elected, who was the person that was elected and what year were they elected? Now, the reason I asked that question is because I saw a stat that said that Pie Traynor, Hall of Fame third baseman, was the first third baseman ever elected to the Hall of Fame. What they meant was that happened in 1948, and it was the first time the writers, the Baseball Writers Association of America, had elected a third baseman, because actually there was a third baseman elected before that. Not only that, when this third baseman was elected, left fielders were also elected for the first time. This happened in 1945. In 1945, it was the first baseball writers' election in several years, believe it or not, likely due to the war effort, but for whatever reason, the Hall of Fame members never met to vote on a baseball Hall of Fame class. So, 1945, the war winding down, they finally met again. The writers elected no one. So, the Veterans Committee, in their effort to get somebody into the Hall of Fame, went a little hog wild. They actually elected 10 players from the past in that year, 1945. I believe most of them were worthy of election. Others may disagree. But in that Hall of Fame class in 1945 was the very first third baseman ever elected to the Hall of Fame, who was a man named Jimmy Collins of the Boston Red Sox, or, at the time sometimes called the Boston Americans, or other terms, Bean Eaters, depending whatever you wish to refer to them as. They were the Boston American League team, and Jimmy Collins was their third baseman. And he was elected in 1945. This is the Fleer. I can't remember what year it was. This 2001 Fleer, a 100th anniversary Red Sox separate box set. A bunch of cards just of Red Sox players over the years from Fleer back in 2001. This is the Jimmy Collins card, and this was the first third baseman elected to the Hall of Fame in 1945. But it just so happened that there had never been a left fielder. There had been right fielders and center fielders. In fact, Babe Ruth was a right fielder primarily, and he was elected in the first class in 1936, obviously. And Ty Cobb was primarily a center fielder. He went in 1936, obviously in the inaugural class. But left field was left out until 1945, when 3 veteran committee entries were elected. Those 3 individuals, a man named Jim O'Rourke, sometimes referred to as Orator Jim O'Rourke. Also, left fielder Fred Clark. Fred Clark was on the early Pittsburgh Pirate great teams. He was the manager with Honus Wagner back in the early days. Fred Clark. And then lastly, Ed Delahanty, primarily of the Phillies, but also of the Washington Senators at one time, with the tragic death of falling over Niagara Falls. I'll read up on that if you want to. But those were the 3 individuals. This is from the 1994 Baseball Archives box set. From 1994, that was that set. And in 1945, those 4 individuals were elected, making it the first time there was ever a third baseman in the Hall of Fame, and the first time there were ever left fielders in the Hall of Fame. So, the individuals up on the screen were kind enough to throw out a guess to that question. I'm going to remove Lisa and Berry Berry. You can only win once a week on my channel, so everybody else is up for grabs. What you're playing for is a really cool Topps Allen and Ginter Chrome card from 2020 of Steve Carlton. All right, that is the prize for that answer. We shuffled once already. We're going to spin. Good luck to everybody on this. So yeah, it was funny. I didn't have to do my morning videos on Saturday. Like I said, I'm taking the week off, so I didn't do any morning videos on Saturday. And I enjoyed sleeping in. I'm going to enjoy sleeping in the rest of the Saturdays of this month. But I will come back, like I said, bright and early January 1st, which is actually a Monday, so it works out well for me. And I will have some great things to show off, great content, great prizes, and all that fun stuff. And who knows where we'll go with the upcoming year. I'll definitely do my goals list. I will remind everybody what my 2023 goals were, and talk about how I was able to accomplish any of those at all. So wow, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so Mike over at the Hot Corner, who I know is a Phillies fan because I know Mike. Congrats on you, sir. You're going to get this awesome Steve Carlton Chrome card sent to you. I am not sending you my Tug McGraw postcard, sir. That ain't ever happening. Sorry. I bet you like that a lot. I bet you thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, there you have it. That is the end of my trivia recap. It is also the end of RJ Collects Sets during the year 2023. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of the year. I hope you all have a fantastic holiday season. I will be watching some videos here and there, maybe commenting on that, but I'm not going to be posting anything at all again until January 1st. So thanks for stopping by. If you enjoyed that, please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz. I'm getting dang near 400 subscribers, so I might do another contest pretty soon. I'll probably wait until I get to 400 because I don't get too many subscribers. Again, it's mostly, I understand, it's because I don't do fancy videos. I'm just a guy showing off some of my stuff once in a while. So nothing, and I don't have anything really, really super cool. I'm not showing off graded rookie cards, Hall of Famers, and all that. But anyway, if you enjoyed that, please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, all that jazz. And I hope to see you all again in the new year, all right? Have a great holiday season, and I'll see you on the 1st. Take care.